All good. All booked. Doing a little. So today we are unveiling the world's worst kept secret. The secret is we are going to pick up our new camper trailer.
See, I was right. What? I was right.
We're picking up a camper trailer. We have been patiently waiting for several months. It was supposed to be in October, but only get here today, which is I think the 10th or the 11th of January.
11th of January.
We ordered it in May because I got sick of building tents. So I went out and had a look around, and that day we bought one. We got the Outback model, the Alpha model, which has the double water tanks and gas tanks, hot cold water system, and a few others. Anyway, we're about to pick it up and we are going to show you, and you can see the smile on my daughter's faces. They're pretty excited, and we're actually going on an adventure this weekend.
Here we are. To where? With who?
Yes, we are.
With who, Dad?
Somewhere.
Camping.
Yes, we are. Anyway.
Are we going with anyone?
We need to go pick up this camper, so we out of here. Beckingham. Come through and I'll take you straight out to the bag. Yeah, great.
Mel?
Hi Mel. Nice to meet you.
You? Yes. Malfunction?
Malfunction?
Yes.
You are?
Ladies first.
So this is
correct.
Mal, the salesperson. Really good response from him every time we called him. Delayed us about 20 times, but it's all right. We're happy with that.
Thank you.
We're finally here. This is it.
It's okay. Yes. All right, then get out.
It's okay. It's just okay.
Fine.
Huh? It's
Table
fine.
time's tiny.
You're gonna get out of my way or what? Function here is going to give us a tour of the Swan Outback we've just purchased, and yeah, so on to you, Mel.
So come in, family. Congratulations. Please stop me if you've got any questions, but if you're filming me, you probably find
I'll follow you.
Okay.
We're comfy.
So if you forget anything, there is manuals, instructions. So you've got two options there. I called Mel across the road, Mel 1, and if you ask for the girl Mel, ask for Melissa, all malfunction down the track, and I know exactly. I've been doing this job for 9 years. I also take the tech call, so I'll be doing handovers at 8, 10, 12 and 2. Might be from a camper trailer to a motorhome or a caravan. So we shall get started on the stereo. It does come with a remote control. It is a CD and a DVD player. This model is a CD or a DVD. And you've also got little charging points here for your phone as well, or any music on a thumb drive. You also do get some fitted sheets, so to show you know that is Mum and Dad's bed, that is the Queen, and then that one is the double down the track. Can I just squeeze past you, sweetie? Sorry, Mel moves around a bit. If you come around here,
Move, girls. Please.
this little screen that you're looking at, don't let it freak you out. It's what you're looking at when you're no longer at the caravan park. When we're at the park, when you go to Cervantes, you don't need to monitor your water or your battery. It's only when you're free camping, you need to see if you're discharging from your battery and how much water you've got on board. So there's a couple of little buttons here. There's a little booklet if you forget. So this is our backing light. So we can now see that our battery is completely full, and that we own 2 water tanks that are completely full. So each tank is 82 litres of fresh water on board. So now we've got 164 litres of water on board, or 164 kilos. So we can dump weight if we need to put like alcohol and snacks, more like alcohol, not the snacks in the van. So they're two.
How about our kilos of cocaine?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. So there's your battery wake up screen is completely full, and they're the two main things that you need to look at.
Yep.
So there's 20 litres in every bar graph, so it'll go down every 20 litres. This one here is our pump. Remember, we're only turning the pump on because we're no longer at the caravan park and we need to get water out of our tanks. We don't need the pump on at the caravan park because we have a freshwater hose or a mains pressure that we connect to, and we use the caravan park water.
It's going on my toe.
So when you're finished with your pump, always turn it off because it's a bit like your kettle at home.
Which one's the pump? The bottom one?
Yeah, see where it says pump on and off?
Oh, yep. Sweet.
Pump on and off.
Awesome.
Don't worry about that one at the moment. That's just to set the time. And when you come back from Cervantes, that's how you can power everything off. But remember, if you turn the battery switch off, you've isolated everything 12 volt. We've got no lights. We've got no Ciroc. We've got no 12 volt fans. I've got no bloody radio. Where's my drinks? For my fridge, I've turned the fridge off and I can't even light the stove. All I can now use in the van is my power points and my microwave. I've shut everything 12 volt off. So you need that on when you go away. So remember, before you go away, you have to always keep your battery charged, because a lot of people it's like, okay, if you don't start it, you get a flat battery, so you've got to always keep this charged. Yep. There's nothing to touch on the screen. It just simply requires electricity. And then also, if you've got solar, that'll keep the battery charged as well. Please don't rely on the 12-pin plug in the back of your car to charge this battery here. It's only a trickle charge. So there's your sources to keep your battery charged.
Yep.
So if I go out the back now and I pull the power lead out, we'll be free camping. So what happens here, it tells me that I'll be discharging from my battery in how many hours. If it starts to sound too technical, at my age, you can't go wrong with pictures. So if you get low in the battery, then you know down the track. So go by pictures. Same with the water and the battery, go by the pictures. So that's your little screen that you're looking at when you're no longer at the caravan park. Remember, in the caravan park, you can ignore it. Don't have to look at that at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I try to explain things so they're simple.
Yeah.
I love this hot water system because Jayco have brought out a couple of different products over the years. This is my favourite one. They're no longer making this anymore. Why, I don't know. Of course, when I'm doing other vans, I don't tell customers. This one is gas only. I love this one because it's instant. And you also, there's no anode or rod to replace it. It's just instant hot water. So this one is just a matter of scrolling to what temperature. Now, people often ask me, what do you want to set at? Well, some people like 50.
We'll get there, bud.
So that's just a matter of scrolling to what temperature. So as soon as you turn the pump on, turn the light on so you can see the pump on. I want you to watch that screen and watch how quickly the hot water, lights up to priority. So watch that screen. It's currently sitting at 25. If it doesn't move,
Oh, yeah, moving.
if it doesn't move, it just simply starts to flash and lets you know you haven't turned the gas on. So that's how quick your hot water is.
Awesome.
I do like it myself. It's nice, quick, easy. So that's quite warm, just sitting on that temperature. I also tell people, if you're not tech savvy, you can turn it off, but I tell people, leave it on because you've got to turn your gas bottles off when you're ready to travel. So it's just extra work that you don't have to make for yourself. So that switch there, just turn that pump back off. This one here and this one is exactly the same thing, just a manual one down the track.
Okay.
And now the fridge is nice and simple. This is my favourite fridges because some of them we've got the dials are so tricky and you've got to press buttons. So what I've done with this fridge, I've left it on AES. So it now becomes an automatic fridge because some of them I've got to press buttons to get it to gas and watch this stupid line go, but this one you don't. So if you leave this fridge on AES, automatically it goes to electricity first because you have to get it cold 1 or 2 days before you go away. No, the battery in the van never gets the fridge cold like people think. It only maintains it time you get to Cervantes or Exmouth or Coral Bay or Albany or wherever you're going the next holidays. So when it can't find electricity, then you've taken the 12-pin plug out of the back of the tow vehicle, then only will it go to gas if you're free camping. So it allows you to go to gas if you're at a non-powered site. That's the beauty of having a battery. It lets you go to free camping sites. So you can, instructions are in the door, so I can change the mode by holding the mode and set. But remember, I've put it on manual mode, so now it does not know where to go. It does not know to go to the 12-pin plug, and it does not know how to get to gas. So it's only when you leave it on AES auto selection that'll find its own source.
Okay.
And all you have to do when you come back from Cervantes, Mel's favourite place, is turn it off, either that way or that way down the track. I find once these fridges are cold, sitting on number 3 is perfect. Flick over the fridge. Maximum, minimum, 3 is pretty good. What I also like about this fridge, which a lot of people don't know, this has a built-in thermostat, so if you get to Cervantes and the sun is hitting the side of the vents, the fans automatically kick in. You can't hear it from inside, it's very quiet, and it keeps everything nice and cool. So a lot of the other fans have to buy a sail track and take shade cloth and whatever. This has its own built-in fans. That's your little travel latch. And your fridge and your freezer. So let me know if you want to chuck your hand in there if that's cold enough on 3.
Oh, I can feel.
Okay,
Between
that's what I
here.
said, yeah, it's pretty good on 3. That's just called a chop and serve where you can put like your dip in
Oh,
your
yeah.
little nibbles, or if someone's annoying you, here's your snacks. Most people don't want to use it as a chopping board,
Yeah, I
so they
don't
want to
think
wreck it
I will.
down the track.
Don't use it as a chopping board.
That's your 4 gas burners. So the gas bottles are full because I've got to make sure there's no gas leaks as well. Inside this cupboard here, so Mel moves around, is if you decide to get a TV, you can run this through your stereo system. There is also a 12-volt socket at the back. It's only capable for a TV. Don't plug your fridge in because you'll blow the fuse for the 12-volt socket. If you do decide to get a TV, I know most people say we're not getting a TV, we're going on holidays. It's got no antenna, so you can buy portable ones, as the TV will simply say no signal. That's your walls there for your annex outside.
Oh, okay.
This does also have safety netting here. If somebody's misbehaving, you can chuck them down the end of that bed. You saw where I was looking, didn't you?
Yeah, right at me.
You can clip it that way or that way. So remember, everything works when you're at the park, but these also run off your battery. They're very good fans. These all go over to a night light or a mood light. No, not that sort of mood, in case you've got a migraine. It also stops mozzies.
Ah.
So no red light.
No, sorry, no red lights.
We can change that.
No, you won't be able to find a vein, sorry. And then if you're going to cook inside, or if you want a bit of fresh air, you just push this button here,
Oh, yeah.
grab the handle towards the front of the van. We've got a fly screen there, of course we don't travel that hatch up. And then we've also got a full sunblock or moon block there as well. And behind, over a piece of mine behind over on the roof there is known as your combination smoke detector carbon monoxide.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In case there's a gas leak as well.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
for the heater.
Sorry?
For the heater.
In case there's a gas leak down the track.
Yeah.
You can actually adjust this table as well, so stay there, sweetie. If you need more space, you can move the slides more across
okay.
once the walls are down the track, in case somebody, you're skinny, so you don't eat much, and Dad needs more room, so you
Here's a string bean, that one.
Yeah. Any questions you're not too sure before we wander outside?
Nope.
No, pretty
Not at
happy,
the
All right, all good then. You got any questions?
No.
Any questions? All good then.
Look at that ass. The ass of YouTube.
The small silver ones are now the door to your holiday happiness. Yay! You've got an outside light there?
Yes.
This key here, there's plenty of them, is Mel's favourite key. It's for your picnic table, because your picnic table can take 30 kilos, and that is a heat-proof splashback now. It's not the van like people think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 speakers outside.
Yes, it's got 2 inside and 2 outside.
Where's, oh, there.
I always get a back leg down just in case we all decide to jump on the bed, so
Yeah.
it's not to jack up the van, it's just to stabilise it.
Yeah.
So your winder just goes here. Yes, I do realise people are using a cordless drill, but you know what's happening? They're over-winding the legs,
Yeah,
then they're
threading
spinning. Yes, correct. So
Stripping
use
the
your
threads.
winder. So when you're ready to travel, all we just do is pull that red handle and lock your leg back into travel position.
No worries. Any lubrication recommendations?
No, not at all. No, they're pretty well fine. You've got a jacking point there as well to change the tyre, because there is a jack for this fan. This is where you wind the camper up and down. This is where you plug your 15 amp lead in when you're at the caravan park, or generator
15
down
amp,
the track.
okay.
It's a bigger earth pin.
Yep.
RCD switch or your trip switch there for 240. Now this weird looking key is known as the water key door. So the plastic key goes with the plastic door.
Okay.
So this is where you got to hook up to the mains at the caravan park, the mains pressure, or the scheme water, some people call it. So you put your hose there, turn the tap on your site, and you're drinking their water.
So we don't have to worry about over pressurising or anything like that?
Not at all, not at all. This is where you fill up your tanks. So remember, when we hit the pump, when we looked at that LED screen, that means you're getting water out of your tanks. This never fills up your tanks like people think.
Please explain.
So this is the caravan park water.
No, you're saying it never fills up tanks.
Yes, because some people think this fills your tanks up.
Oh,
You have to put your hose in there to fill the tanks up.
Oh, okay, yep, sorry, I get you.
That's all right, Pauline Hanson, please explain.
She's good.
You can open up that little door when you're at the park so nobody plays with your tank water.
Yeah.
Your hose connections.
Oh, okay, excellent.
So that plastic key with a plastic door. Your tyre pressure is 40 to 45 psi. If you forget, there is numbers on everything as well. So in the front boot there is a shower, a 1 second temp, because you've asked for an outside shower. So this will run off your pump or your mains. Now, I don't know if it takes 1 second to put it back in its bag, that's the only thing.
Okay.
The last time someone told me they just left it at the beach. Or you can do what I did, my friend did. Put some pegs around it to get it back together into that shape. This is where you've got to put your waste hose when you're at the caravan park or a bucket. You can't do what Mel did and let water run on the ground. They're very funny like that. Now, if you need to drain your tank, that's your front tank that you're draining, and you have a rear one at the back to drain as well, just underneath there.
Oh, if I see them, yep.
Because you've got two separate fillers. You can also put a portable solar panel here now as well.
Yeah.
They don't need that regulator behind the box anymore, which I think that's a good idea because that just allows you to move your panel around. Now, you know that screen that we talked about because we were off-grid about our water and our battery? When we hit the pump, with that arrow straight down, because we've got two separate tanks, when we hit that arrow there with the pump, that means you're drawing off both tanks.
Yeah.
Because this van's got a front tank and a rear tank, you can select. So that means you're gonna only selecting because you're free camping. That is your front one first you're using.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And your rear.
Right, so you turn that thing.
And then in case anyone ever pranks you, straight up is no bloody water.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or if you've got friends, you can prank them on their back.
Yep.
That's if you decide to get a TV where a portable antenna can go.
Okay.
That's just for the radio. Your outside taps will run off your pump or your mains as well.
Yep. Oh, cool.
The two gas bottles are full, so we've got to turn them off when they're ready to travel.
Yep. Do you recommend purging the lines when we travel? No, that's all good.
The only thing you've got to do now and again is get a bottle of soapy water and just check that there's no gas leaks.
Yep.
That's probably in about 10 years' time. There's your 1 second freestanding tent.
Oh, yeah, for the shower?
Yes, correct. You've got a jack there, a winder for the jack, and we're just missing two items. That's the winder for the camper and then the winder to stabilise the legs as well. Now, the very last key we're up to is here, which will say A32. So there's an A32. So we just lift these up, turn to the side, and this is where all our poles are for our annex.
Yep.
So this big bag here goes with that bag awning there, and then the other ones go with the fly ends down the track. You can down the track, the tap might be in the way, but you could put a 150mm tube and shove all your poles in there if you wanted to as well.
Yeah.
Remember, unzip your bag awnings before you wind it up as well. You don't want to be like some customer told me I had to go to Bunnings and buy a ladder, so you unzip it and wind the camper up.
Yeah.
You've also got an outside gas bayonet here as well, which is connected to those gas bottles at front if you want to ever cook outside.
There we go.
So we simply take the Velcro off here. We're getting ready to separate the door. Then we push on the outside instead of going outside. And we do the same on this side. Now we've got 5 things that we've got to do to get ready to separate this door. So we simply unclip the hinge, 1, unclip the hinge, 2, put my hand through the door, Number 3, lock the door together. Lock the door together. Number 4, grab that top section, flick that down. Now sometimes the hinge is stiff, so don't be afraid to put your hands roughly here. Pull the door forward. Physically pick up the door. This is the first thing I watch when I get people to practice what they do, is put the door on the angle. We don't want the door on the angle because we're going to push on the roof, we're going to break the perspex, and we're going to break our hinge. So we must work that hinge up towards the roof.
Ah, okay. Yep. Slide it in there.
Twist and turn.
Oh, yeah. Lock it in.
I can't quite reach.
Do you need it?
Yes, please. I can't quite reach. I'm shrinking. Old age.
Okay, this doesn't want to
Oh, you might want to push hard on that. There.
There you go.
Yeah,
There we go. So same when we bring it down, we reverse it and we line it up there, work that hinge. This protects the door because it sits on the bed. So your door doesn't get scratched. So that's what you must have the hinge looking like that, because if we can't cover that underwater, you'll get to Cervantes and you'll have no door. Now we can turn all the power, everything off.
Yep.
Congratulations, boss, you get the keys. Don't worry, you'll get the boring paperwork. Push the button, out the door to holiday happiness. So remember, all we've done is end, wardrobe, end, door. If you normally stick to my lap because I'm old and grumpy, you can't go wrong. So we don't need the door, so we close the door. We don't need the step, so we can fold the step. Slide it over, slide it in. Now there's a latch there to lock your step in for when you're ready to travel. So pull that lever to the side to lock it in.
Yep.
Now I realise some people are getting slack, and these are called easy lift arms, but you can name anything you want. Always keep them covered, even if you're just staying for a day. Because what happens, dust and rain will get in here, then it'll start to rust down the bottom. So keep them protected at all times. But when they're packed away, they've got to go behind the easy lift arms.
Yeah, we're looking at the Jayco HDs at the moment.
Sorry?
We're looking at the Jayco HDs.
Okay, all right. I start in the corner, go all the way around. Please make sure this is on tight when the kids are in bed, because they will roll out in the middle of the night. I don't think they'll be happy. Then over the bed. So I just simply pick up the 10 section, doesn't matter if I can't see it. I just grab the corner, fold it in at the front of the pizza slice. Fold that excess over. Because I have a bit of OCD, I just get paranoid about it getting caught, so I push up the sides as well, so it doesn't get caught when you slide.
Remembering all this?
I love the new style they've got underneath, because it used to be ply. It's so much easier to operate now. So because I'm short, my shoulders don't reach, I use the back of my arm, up I go, and then I put them under the mattress so I know they're there for next time. So I'm going to put it up top. Might roll off and stab you through. Whatever you do, don't lean on this without the support poles. You will bow the bed. Because I'm short, I take a step back, lift up. If it didn't slide in, I've obviously left something there. Who didn't do the wardrobe? Don't forget to take your power lead out. They never follow you home.
Do we just throw it like that as well?
No, you put yours neatly in the boot.
So you're saying you recommend we get a 15 amp lead and take it with us?
Yes, caravan parks don't supply the leads. You've got to supply your own waste hose, your own 15 amp lead and your own drinking hose.
No.
Around the corner I go again. Same as the back. Grab my 10 section, try and fold it as neatly as possible. If you just throw it in the old house, just a bit harder. Too much bulk on the and you just got to push harder on the roof.
So basically corners in, fold her over and make sure the edges aren't
Correct.
in a place where they can get bitten by the rails.
They can do, but it's just that I'm so fussy.
I suppose I'm really fussy too.
Yeah, I like to look after everything because these don't lose their value. Take my support poles out again, under the mattress. You've got the new style mattresses that's come out as well. The grey ones. They used to be, if you ordered this van, it would have been white ones, but you've got the upgrade mattresses now. They don't charge you, just give you upgrades. They don't inform us, we just figure out and go turn up with extra upgrades. Lift up, slide in. Yet again, if it didn't go in, I've left something there. Last one to go. There's also a sticker here. It tells you caution, but I tell people warning. It's telling me to make sure my roof is all the way up before I push the beddings in. Because if I wind down with the roof, the 10th section is becoming collapsible, and if I go to slide this in, all I'm going to do is go rip, rip, rip. That's why you'll see some old campers with patches there. So make sure that roof is all the way up.
Yeah.
That's two major things that can go wrong with the camper. Now we come to the winder. If it doesn't start winding down, stop, because it's happened to me. Did I actually separate the door? Obviously I've done everything correct. Now your roof racks can take 100 kilos, but you must take that 100 kilos off before you wind the camper up.
What's that big green cable then?
That's to do with the winding lift. So if you're nervous when you wind the camper back up, like when I first started, you can feel it in the winder. The winder gets harder and harder as it gets to the end. But if you're nervous, hold on to that and you can feel the tension's quite taut when you wind it up.
Is this for your wet in the
So we'll probably stop there and just physically walk around and tuck all our tent section in. I always find this side always comes out.
Probably the heaviest bit though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always this side. I can go pack up that one or do the same bloody thing. Come around the front, check all any little bits and pieces.
You push this corner in.
Yeah, I'll get to that down the track. Make it the bolt. So once the canvas gets a bit more loose, it's a lot softer as well because it's brand new.
Very
It has
rigid.
already been seasoned, so it's been wet down the back. So come down a couple more turns, stop there. So we decided to lift this up. Well, let's push up that way, it stays in up when you go that way. That's all good. The front's all good. The side's all good. A little bit more to go. And then we come back to the winder.
So that's okay. That's
all
it looks
good.
like it's going to
Trust me.
pinch.
No, it won't. It won't pinch. Trust me. Mel would know.
Oh, okay.
Let's up to the winder. Now the winder's all floppy, so stop. It's not going to go any further. Watch people keep going and going. So this is where sometimes the roof needs a little bit of help. Because we know the winder's all floppy. Sometimes you need to push on the roof. Now, this shortens the clip. This makes it longer. Fingers clear, because it hurts. One clip, we must lock the roof up. So you can see there's a bit of a gap, don't be afraid to. Push on the roof. 2 clips. Push on the roof. Fingers clear. 3 clips. Push on the roof. 4 clips. And now we must come back to the winder. Here's this way to explain that green cable there. It's lying all limp now like this. I'm speaking, shut up, car. It's lying there all limp like a snake and it's going to rub on the 10 section. So we need to come back to the winder and make it taut so when we're travelling. This is why the really old campers, the roof used to collapse. So come back to the winder. You don't want to overwind it. I can now, do you want to have a feel it's starting to get tight so you know. So that's all floppy, just till you feel it nice and taut. That's it, don't overwind it. That's it. Don't forget to take that out, especially if you've driven for 4 hours. also see there's no access to the door, so don't open the door. So I'm going to tell you the 3 things again. I know you record me, but I'd like to repeat myself like a nagging mother-in-law. When you separate the door, make sure that hinge is flat on the roof. Make sure your roof is all the way up before you push your bends in. And please, please make sure that the fork clips are fully undone before you wind that camp up. That's a very expensive mistake. You can't cover those things under warranty.
And I've heard it's up to 3 months wait to replace the cables.
Yes, correct. And if they're open, it's like here. If you're coming back here for your first service, which we'll talk about later, they're taking bookings for June now.
Yeah.
So that has a home. If you can't remember, just chuck it in. It's in this. When I first started, it was too complicated for me, so I just chucked them all in the booth.
How you doing? You look like you're getting through it very nicely.
Yeah, I'm happy I recorded it because there's a lot of information.
There's a lot to take in.
And I also go over extra things that it's not quite. I don't really have to go through stereos and hatches, those sort of things.
Yeah.
And we're done.
Awesome. So just a bit of a manly question here. What's the off-road capabilities of these things?
That's semi-off-road.
Semi-off-road.
Class is semi-off-road because you've got to be very careful what you call full off-road.
Beach bike.
You've got to be, very careful what you say when you say to people full off-road.
Yeah. No, so I just want a bit of an understanding.
Go a long way.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you've got to drive to the condition.
Correct, because we don't do an off-road van.
Yeah.
If it was an off-road van, it'd say.
Oh no, just
off-road.
like, if I'm not going to go smashing dunes in it, no way.
No, you're not bouncing.
But cruising, onto the beach, down the beach, away from the ranges, all that sort of stuff, and set her up, that's what I'm
That
looking at.
suspension was 4 years in the making. Came out in 2014. It's fantastic.
Yeah. No, I've been on all the pages and stuff, and it says it's really, everyone's pretty happy with them. There's a few, niggles that everyone's sort of not happy with, but you've been giving us some pretty good instructions here, so I think that we're gonna. I've got it all here now, so yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, all good. All booked.